sunny Las Vegas today, and today I'm gonna throw the Yukon bar up on my rack for my bench press today. I'm gonna do a warm-up set with just my regular straight bar here, and this is the Ohio bar. This is the one I usually use, but I wanted to mix it up a little today, so I'm gonna pull that Yukon bar out and give it a shot. And when I grab that, the biggest difference with the Yukon bar right off the bat, besides the curve and all the obvious things, is that it weighs 50 pounds instead of 45. So that's something you have to adjust for. So right off the bat, putting this bar up here, this is the Yukon bar from Titan Fitness. I did a review on the Bison bar that they have, the shorter bar, lighter weight capacity. Actually, when that Bison bar first came out, they rated it at like 500 or 700 pounds, and then I think it was 700, and then later it was revised to 1,500 pounds. So I don't know what the disparity in the two postings for their weight rating was. I think the last I saw it was still 1,500, and this is also 1,500 pound bar. You're not going to break it. It's got longer weight sleeves on it, so it can accommodate more weight, but along with that is it's 50 pounds instead of 45, and the bar itself is 96 inches long, so it's a little bit unwieldy if you're in a tight space, because it's going to extend beyond your 7-foot bar range. And one of the things to remember, it has this center knurling here. That's more if you're using it for squats and stuff. But there's an adjustment that you have to compensate because of the arc of the bar. So I'll take this back off, but see how my arms are extended now. So if you were just to swap bars, you can't readily do that because the curve of the bar is going to limit your lift off. I mean, I could lift this off probably for a warm-up, and you'll see also with the curve of the bar, my safety spotter, my pipe safeties are off. So those are two things you want to look at. One of the things with this bar is it will stand in the J cups. That's one thing the Bison bar didn't do well, but it does need those adjustments, and also the Bison bar needed those same adjustments. You need to move your pipe safeties to accommodate for the arch. You need to lower them down a little bit because you're going to hit quicker. And also the J cups, you need to adjust those so that you can get your lift off. So I've adjusted my J cup. I moved the J cup down two spacings. Pipe safety, I only dropped it 1. I probably could have dropped it 2, but just until I get a feel for it, safety's sake, I'm actually not using the pipes. I'm just using the pins on this, and I'm just dropping it down 1. So one thing you will note if you get this bar is you do have the groove texture on the sleeve, but it isn't as pronounced as, say, you would on a Ohio bar. I have an Ohio bar laying right here. I don't know if you can see it on this video, but when you run your fingers across it, you can feel those grooves. Same thing on the solid bar fitness bars. And on the Titan Yukon bar, it's there, it's just not as grooved. So I use the collars on this bar. Lift off, everything's the same. Your knurling is out pretty wide. It doesn't mean you can't take a tighter grip to do some tricep work in between, but really for the benefit of the arch of the bar, you want to be wider anyway. So I need to go down 1 more on the safety. because I'm not getting the benefit of the arch with my safety in the position that it's in right now. I need to drop it one more spacing. So I dropped it down one more spacing on the pin safeties. So I dropped it down 2 on the J-cups, 2 on the safeties. So what I want is for that arch just to touch on my chest and then go back up. I don't want to hit the pin safety before the bar hits my chest. Otherwise, I may as well just be using straight bar. That's better. Now for you guys that are squatters, you're going to be disappointed because I'm not doing squats today. But I can tell you I have squatted with this bar back when I was in Colorado, and if you have an impingement problem, it's a lot easier to grab the bar as you would think just by looking at the thing. It is more of a comfort to you than a straight bar for doing squats in that regard, and you can still put a pad on it. And it has the center knurling, so if you use a pad, then you're sort of defeating the center knurling for the bar slipping on you. But I like this bar. It does have, I noted on the Bison bar video that I did, that it has, when you first start using it, you get this, I call it the Bison bar shimmy, but it's a Yukon bar shimmy also. When you first start and you're not used to it yet, you kind of get this shake because the curve of the bar, when you first lift it off, it goes away over time, and you'll get to where you lift it off and you're pretty much steady throughout your lift. And there is a lot less pressure on your shoulders with this bar. So I'm not one to break down the biomechanics of it. I just go with how I feel when I'm lifting it. I'll throw a multi-grip Titan bar on here at the end of this video also, so you can see that. So again, one of the things people noted that they like with the Yukon versus say the Bison bar is that it stands in the J-cups pretty well without flipping over when you have the weights on it. The Bison bar, unless you balance it in there, tends to flip down so that you have the curved part and you have to rotate it back up away from your chest. Not a huge thing. So if any of you guys money-wise decided that the Bison bar is more economical for you, again, like I said before, if you're going to use it for bench press, a Bison bar then will more than serve the purpose for you. The Yukon bar is nice. It's a good looking bar. You know, looks like it has some quality to it. One of the things also pointed out in videos was how it skews or splies your J-cups apart. But as you can see on the Bison bar, but as you can see on the Yukon bar, my J-cup is still moving here. The other one is straight. It doesn't affect the J-cups as much as the Bison bar, the shorter bar. You have a tighter curve with the shorter bar, so it would make sense that it's going to affect your J-cups more. So this is 185. The length of the bar, this bar, the bar sleeves on it. For bench press, it's not going to be important to you unless you're, setting some world record or something, but this thing, even with bumper plates, could accommodate probably 6 bumper plates on each side, so most of you aren't going to be benching that much with it. If you're squatting with it, that might be important to you, and again, it can definitely accommodate some weight. 225. So 245. I'll try a little pyramid here. This wider grip is kind of different for me because I'm a tricep lifter. 275. Let's see how this goes. Okay, 300 pounds with the Yukon bar. Testing it out today. Max 5280 gym, which is moved to Las Vegas, Nevada. But I'll keep the 5280 because I plan to go back and keep hiking some 14ers. I do. All right, well, I got 2 at 300, so how many? I mean, should I try to do a single of not 315? It's actually 320. Lift off with this bar is a little harder. I don't know why. Because I psych myself up. So that's the wrap up on the Yukon bar. I like the bar. I like all my bars. You know, they all have their purpose. Mix things up every once in a while, throw a different bar on, just give you a different challenge while you're working out. Or if you have a shoulder issue and this works for you, make it be your go-to bar. But I'm gonna throw the multi-bar up from Titan Fitness, multi-angled bar. And so if you came for the Yukon bar, this is it on that.